Hi, my name is Paddy and you're back with me with another set of makeup tutorials. This tutorial I want to focus on spring-summer makeup. How to really lighten your base up, get yourself ready for spring-summer. I have the beautiful Jessica with me. Jessica has natural beautiful red hair, and it's something that I haven't really touched on with any of the makeup tutorials to date. I want to show with having red hair how you can turn around and adopt your makeup, that you don't have to wear too much makeup. A lot of redheads try to cover up every freckle on the skin. They sometimes find redness a chore to try and get rid of, and today's tutorial is going to focus on still having a very light and natural looking complexion but still looking flawless by the end of the application. So let's get started. Well, first of all, I want to turn around and use a primer on the skin. So I'm using Makeup Studio's new primer. It's got SPF 30 in it, which is fantastic to protect the skin. Now, Jessica's 16, and as you know, most 16s are online watching tutorials like this, trying to pick up lots of hints and tips and trying to improve their own makeup. We don't want a heavy makeup clog in the skin, then sometimes as a result it will break the skin out. So we want everything to be kept really, really light. So we're going to put this primer all over the entire face, not across the eyes. The SPF is very, very light. It tends not to aggravate the skin, because I know personally for me a lot of SPF products can sometimes almost sit really heavy. It can make your foundation sometimes split or separate. I personally haven't found that it's had any effect on any of the foundations that I've put on top of this primer, which is really good. I find sometimes myself with SPFs around my eyes, it'll sometimes start to really aggravate the eyes and can sometimes make the eye area very irritated. And again, I haven't had that experience with this product, which is fantastic. So after that's applied, we're going to take some green concealer. Now, green concealer is a way of making your job of your foundation much, much easier. So with this product, I want to target the redder sections of the skin. Now, Jessica has beautiful clear skin, but there are still slight elements of redness to it. And if I use the green color correction on the skin before my foundation, I simply then will have to use less foundation to create a flawless finish. So very lightly, and with a fluffier brush, I'm working this green color correction into the skin. The green will just cancel the red tone that you see on the face. If you suffer, for example, with really heightened redness, maybe you have rosacea, then go for more of a mint color. On Jessica, I'm using more of an olive tone from Makeup Studio. And I'm working this around the nose area, which we tend to have redness on the tops of the cheeks. The forehead doesn't need it, it's fine. And remember, less is more. You're not applying this product like a foundation. You're simply trying to dull down the red appearance, and a very, very light application is required. Next, I'm taking Makeup Studio's Concealer number 2 with a very fluffy brush. It's a brush you would tend to normally blend your eyeshadows with. And underneath the bottom of the eyes, I'm bringing this right up underneath to take away any discoloration that we tend to have, any redness, any purple tone, and I'm just blending that down. The reason I'm using this brush is the fluffier the brush, I find sometimes the less product it will lift, and then as a result go onto the face. So just blending that out with your fluffier brush works really lightly, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a really heavy product underneath the bottom of the eyes. So just blend that down. When we put on the foundation, it will just hide the edges of this concealer, but it's just completely taken everywhere. This particular concealer is quite opaque, which means, you know, it's really good coverage in it. So it'll basically cancel out any sort of discoloration. Now, Jessica, like a lot of redheads, has little freckles. I have to admit, Jessica is very slight. Some people have a lot heavier sort of sections of freckles on the skin. I personally like them, but I know that a lot of girls come in and the last thing that they want to do is leave seeing any of their freckles. So we try to maybe minimize some, but I do think that you should leave a few, because it just then works with the rest of your complexion and is a little bit more natural and realistic looking. So we're on to foundation. Well, it's actually not a foundation that I'm going to use. I'm going to actually use a CC cream, which stands for color correction. Now, lots of brands have lots of different types. I'm using one from Embryolisse. They're CC. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. It gives you a lovely coverage on the skin, but it's very, very light looking on the skin. So I'm going to apply this with the microfiber brush. I find you don't need a lot of this product, very small amounts, and very gently just work that into the skin. Even if you're on holidays, it'll still look like skin once it's applied. It'll not look like you're putting on heavy makeup on the face. And again, if you are going out and you are away, maybe on your holiday, it's something you can put on and maybe add a second layer to build the consistency up a little and blend that into the hairline. Jessica also has a little bit of tan on, so I'm going to blend the CC down the neckline just to blend that into the area that there's still a little bit of tan on. She has a light tint from Vita Liberata on the skin. And I'm just going to blend that. And again, she kept her face without any tan on it, which is really good because you don't want to block the skin, especially if you're, 16, 17. Sometimes people are very problematic with their skin and they tend to have a lot of breakouts, or if they've a lot of problems with oiliness on the skin, then as a result the pores are more open. So try to reduce things like putting any false tans onto the face. Always making sure you use your primer as we talked about earlier. All these things help to keep a much clearer complexion. Next, I want to add a little bit of setting powder to this look. Now, I don't want to take all of the beautiful luminous quality away, so I'm going to use a small amount of extra fine translucent powder from Makeup Studio. It's a white powder, so it has absolutely no tone. Again, if you're sticking to your natural skin tone and you are a redhead and you tend to have very pale complexion, you need to be using something with no tone in it, and then you're not going to add too much warmth on. So really look at the skin and see where the skin needs a little bit more mattifying. Try not to put too much powder on because you don't want to take away all that beautiful luminosity that your CC cream has put onto the face. So just kind of work it. I kind of work it from the center, and when I have very little on my brush, very gently we'll work around the rest of the face. Look up for me, and under the eyes. Very quick, very easy. So next we're on to a little bit of bronzer. Not too much, very, very soft. I just want it to look like the sun has done this. So with a little bit of matte bronze, taken across the forehead, very lightly. Just to the side, I'm going to bring a little bit underneath the cheekbone, bringing it back into the hairline. I love this M3 shade because it'll work from very pale complexions to, relatively tan complexions. The tone of it is very pure, so you don't tend to have a very peachy or orange tone coming from it. So it'll work on various different skin tones. I think the more you work with makeup, the more fussy you become with the shades that you select for doing things like this, and it's definitely one of the best I've came across for doing this. Okay, next we're going to use a multi-purpose product. I don't want this tutorial to be 30, 40 products long. I want it to be very concise. So we're going to use a cream blush. This is a new one from Makeup Studio. It's called Coral Passion. And with this, I want to use a little bit on the eyes. I wanted to use it on the cheeks. I wanted to use it on the lips. I want it to be something that's very quick and easy to do. Take your coral blush. This is a cream product, by the way, in case I didn't say it. And work this from the back of your hand. It's fine because we've used such little amounts of the powder, it won't congeal or anything like that. And I'm just going to work this from the apple and just very gently build that up. Go in with your fingertips. I love going in with fingertips as well with this product, and just working it into the face very, very lightly. It's very highly pigmented, so the smallest amount of the product goes a very long way. Again to the other side. I just want this to be a flush on the apples. Holding on to my blusher brush, I kind of give it a little bit of a clean just from the back of my hands, just to get rid of the main bulk of the pigment. I'm going to take this new product from Makeup Atelier, which is called Naturel, and it's a new illuminator for the skin. I absolutely have never seen a product like this before. This goes on a cream, as you can see me working it on the back of my hand, but when it goes onto the skin, it almost dries and sets in place. So as opposed to having a lot of cream or liquid highlighters on the face that once you start touching or the hair blows against it, then the complexion then starts to almost separate and doesn't look quite as clean and sharp. This product works and sets itself, but still holds on to this luminous quality. I start off by working it through the top section, through your C section of the face, and tap it. And it'll just blend really beautifully. It almost merges in with the foundation, whereas a lot of these type of products I feel almost sit too far out from the skin. This one just sits really beautifully into the skin. So see how it just catches as it moves. For a really highlighted look, you can work this product underneath your foundation first, so you can almost highlight the section, put your base product on and re-highlight to give you different layers of shine on the skin. So there's lots of different uses with this product. I sometimes like taking the smallest bit and just doing the Cupid's bow as well with it, just to give an extra little bit of strobing to the top of the lip line. Okay, brows. It's a summer look. I don't want the brows to be too crazy. Yes, if I'm doing a lot of makeups for going out for clients, they like their brows really, really filled. They like it really sort of more solid, this type of shape. I just want to work with Jessica's own natural brows. I love the defiance at the beginning of the brow, how the brow hairs kind of have their own plan of where they want to sort of stick out and stuff. And I just really want to enhance that. I'm going to comb those front section up, and I'm just going to tame the rest with a little bit of clear brow gel from Makeup Atelier. And then I'm going to work some brow product. This is the Senna. I'm going to start off with quite a light colour, and for doing the base line, so it's almost a line under the brow, I'm going to draw a straight line just right through the whole brow. And with that straight line, I'm then going to blend it up and out, just to give the brow a little bit more substance, but I'm not overly shaping it too much. I still want that sparseness at the beginning. I don't want them overly filled, just a little bit more fullness. So see how we've just built that, but I've still allowed these hairs to stay quite stray looking. To me, it's really youthful. It's not too over mature, not too over groomed, and a little bit playful. Next, some eye primer, just to take away any discoloration on the eyes. I'm just applying Makeup Studio's eye primer all over both eyes, and this will allow then the eye makeup just to rest really well on top of it. Now for the eye makeup, I'm going back to my Naturel, my luminous product that I use at the side of the cheeks. And I'm going to use a very small baby microfiber brush. The reason being it's very, very fluffy. Again, it'll apply very little product. And this is kind of going to be my base colour that I'm going to apply all over the whole eye. I don't really want it to look like eyeshadow, so I want it to look more creamy. And as I said to you, this product goes on really well and then sets in place, so you don't have to worry about everything starting to slide. It will actually set and hold pretty well in place, but it's a very, very natural product. Working this all over the whole lid. Perfect. Then we're also going to go and take a little bit of the blush. Now we use this beautiful peachy blush on the cheeks. We're now going to use a little bit of the product mixed with whatever was left in the back of my hand, and we're going to work that through the crease a little bit. So looking straight for me, Jessica, we're going to blend that through and give that nice sort of peachiness in the socket line, but it's going to look very faint. I want this luminous quality to remain on the eyes, almost giving the eyes a slight wet look. But you have to make sure you're using the right products to do this. You know, there's lots of times I've sat and played with products and worked them, you know, whether it be with the girls down in the shop, or I have been known to walk about the house with a couple of these products on as well, trying different consistencies out to see how the products will last, their durability on the eyes, and you know, all in the quest of trying to get that beautiful sort of look. Now see how the eye holds that beautiful sheen. It's just so fresh looking. Next, I'm going to take some mascara and add a very soft coating of mascara. So look down for me, Jessica. I'm using Makeup Studio's 4D. This really helps to define the lashes. Again, if you are very white, if your eyelashes are very white, sometimes the brown can work really well. But if you are looking for the whites of your eyes to maybe stand out, then the black will give you more of a contrast, which will bring out the white. So you have a couple of options to go with. It depends how soft you want your makeup to look. And to finish this really soft, fresh summer look, I'm taking my cream blush again, which is a convertible. It can be used in various different places. I'm using a fluffy brush. I'm not using lip pencil because I don't want to make this look too contrived. And I'm working from the center of the lip. I'm bringing it from the center of the lip just slightly out. I don't even want it to look like I've been too specific with applying it to the neatest line. This will still form the shape. It'll be within the lip line, but it'll not look overly drawn on. It'll give a very, very soft application. And then finally, just in the center of the lips, I want to put a little bit of clear gloss, just to bring more attention to the center of the lip. Again, I'm going to use my fluffy brush to do this. And some fixing spray to set. Close your eye for me and hold the makeup in place. And there you have it. Summer fresh makeup in relatively quick time as well, because I don't think there's not lots of blending with this. You know, we've used the one product in various different places, so you don't need a massive list of products to achieve this look. It's fresh, it's glowing, it's useful, and it's hopefully something that you'll be able to create at home yourself. So thank you so much, and hopefully see you next time.